Okay, is it visible? Hello? The content is visible?
Sir.
Sir.
Okay. So let us start our class. So in our previous class, we have discussed about the highway alignment. So I think that question was clear to you. So basically, highway alignment was the position of the central line of a highway. Okay. Now today we will discuss about how the central line is decided. Okay. So in our previous class, we also have discussed about different points through which your alignment should pass and about different points through which your alignment should not pass. So in our class, basically we discuss about the survey techniques used for the decision making of highway alignment. Am I audible?
Sir.
Okay. So for our survey, engineering survey of the highway alignment, basically it divided into four parts. So first one is map study, then reconnaissance survey, then preliminary survey, and after that final location and detailed survey. So let us first discuss about the map study. So as the name suggests, map study. So basically, this is the study of the entire area by a topographical map. Now you have access to the Google Maps. You can also go for the map study by Google Maps. So basically, this is the first step of the engineering survey. Now in the map study, you first decide the area for your highway alignment, and within that area, you go for the map study, and you will decide various alternative routes over the area by carefully examining all the important features which could be accessible from the map. Okay. Now this is first step, and
Sir, your voice is not audible.
it is not audible.
No, sir, it's really echoing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me try. Okay. Uh, Hello. Now is it visible? Audible? Hello.
It's audible but not so clear.
Not so clear. Maybe network problem. So for the map study, so this is the first step for the engineering survey, and it uses a topographical map for the entire area. Suppose for your road construction, you have decided some of the area. Okay, some of the area means suppose you have decided that your alignment should passes through that area. Now, first step is you need to study about the topographical map of that area, and you have to look for different topographical features and geographical features of that area. Okay. Now you can get various details from the map study. Now these details are generally natural and artificial features of the area, and accordingly you can suggest different number of alternative road alignment. So basically this is very much preliminary study. So in that case you do not need to go to the field, you just look for the topographical map, and after that you will decide about different alignment. Okay, so there are different points which you need to consider. So these points are: first one, avoiding valleys, ponds, or lake. Okay, so these things you have to remember that your alignment should not process any valleys or ponds or lakes, because if that is so, in that case your construction cost would be more. Then avoiding bend of the river. So why to avoid that bend in the river? Because it is very much impractical to construct any bridge in the bending of the river. Because in the bending of the river, generally erosion may take place and the river may change its path. Okay, so therefore it is always advisable to avoid any bend in the river. Now, next one is, if road has to cross a row of hills. Suppose a hilly area you need to cross. In that case, you need to look for any mountainous pass. Okay. Now, map study gives a rough guidance of the routes to be further surveyed in the future. So, from the map study, you will get to know about different alternative routes. Okay, so after you decide your alternative routes, next question is you have to go for the physical survey. Okay, so our next survey is reconnaissance survey. So this is the second part of the survey. So in this survey, a team of the surveyor will go to the field along with the alternative routes which you have proposed in your map study. Okay. Now the draft survey is done along the alternative proposed route in the map study to know the feasibility of each and every route. Now this reconnaissance survey is very much basic. Okay, it is very much basic. So there are some instruments like dumpy level, okay, or your clinometer, so etc., or your compass. Such type of basic elements or basic instruments are used for the reconnaissance survey. Now, the main features of the reconnaissance survey is to confirm feature indicating indicated on the map. Next one is to examine the general character of the area in the field for deciding the most feasible routes for detailed studies. And a survey party may inspect along the proposed alternative routes of the map in the field with very simple instrument as I have discussed. So first one was your map study. So suppose in the map study you have decided 10 alternative routes. So in the reconnaissance survey you will go along with that route and you will select best routes or best feasible routes from the alternative routes. Okay, so suppose there are 10 alternative routes. After reconnaissance survey there may be 5 alternative routes. Okay, so basically you are minimizing the number of routes so that you can ultimately get confirmed with one particular route. So there are different details which you need to collect from the reconnaissance survey. So these are valley, ponds, lake, some marshy lands, hill or permanent structure or other obstruction which are available along the route. Next one is value of gradient. So value of gradient means whether that area is hilly area or what is the topographical features of the area. Length of the gradient, that how much up or how much down you have to go if you construct your alignment over the area. Then number and type of cross drainage structure. If there are small streams are there, the hilly area generally small streams are there. So if that streams are there, so you need to consider about these things also, because in our negative obligatory point we have already discussed that you need to always avoid, if it is possible, that the cross drainage one. Okay, then high flood level. Now, this high flood level is very much essential to know the elevation of your route or to decide the elevation of your proposed route. Now, soil characteristic, that is also very important to know the stability of the slopes and different geological features, then source of construction material. Okay, now this is also very important that whether the construction materials are easily available over the area. Now, if that are not available within the accessible limit, in that case, what will happen? The cost of the construction would be very much high because there will be transportation cost which will be very much high. Now, from the details collected during the reconnaissance survey, the alignment proposed after map study may be altered or even changed completely. Now, as a result of the reconnaissance, a few alternate alignment may be chosen for further study based on the practical consideration. Okay, so as I discussed this, so from the map study, whatever alternative routes you have found, you have to minimize the number of alternative routes in the reconnaissance survey. Now, another thing is, after the completion of the study, you have to prepare a report on merits and demerits and the profile characteristic of each of the road within a scale of 1 is to 50,000. So, you have to report. Okay, you have to make a prepare a report. So basically, that will be one map. In that map, you have to discuss about different your merits and demerits of different alternative routes. Now, next portion is preliminary survey. So in this step, the alternative routes which are proposed after a rough survey in the second step are surveyed in details using some advanced instrument like level, streams and theodolite. So whatever routes you have decided from your reconnaissance survey, so that route should be surveyed in a detailed manner in the preliminary survey. Okay, so objective of the preliminary survey is to survey the previous alternative alignment as proposed in the previous one, that is the reconnaissance survey, and to collect the necessary information, that is detailed necessary information. After that, you have to compare the different proposals in view of the requirements of the good alignment. Suppose in the preliminary survey, you have gone for the detailed survey of each of the alternative routes. So after getting all this data, you need to compare all these alternative routes and you need to find out some best possible scenarios. Then again, next one is to estimate the quantity of the artwork. Quantity of the artwork means if there is any cut or if there is any skill which is required for your alignment, and how that embankment will be elevated. What should be the elevation of that embankment? So these all things are done in the preliminary survey. Now, there are different methods which are associated in the preliminary survey. So, in the conventional method, the procedure for the conventional approach is you need to go for the traditional survey technique. So, this traditional survey technique generally consists of traverse, that is traversing. So, in the traverse is run from the starting point to the end point by setting out various control points. You know about the traversing, so you know about the first point and last point of your alignment. So from the first point to last point, you need to go by circle and positioning different control points. Now both primary traverse and secondary traverse may need to learn. So next one is leveling work. Leveling work is you need to calculate what will be your leveling work which is needed for your embankment. Now, leveling work is carried out along the center line or the proposed route. Now, the leveling work is used to estimate the volume of the earthwork. Both L section and X section are carried out. L section and X section means you have to carry out that leveling work in the horizontal direction as well as in the vertical direction. What should be your leveling work which is needed for your alignment? Now, next one is topographical features. Topographical features means all the geographical features and man-made features are surveyed and plotted which are along the traverse. Suppose there are some bridges, already made bridges over that area, so we need to mark it up. Suppose there are some building structure, so we need to mark it up. So our next thing is drainage studies and hydrological data. So in the drainage study, you need to consider about different cross drainage work which you would need to construct if you decided that your alignment should passes through the alternative route. Then come to the soil survey. You need to go for the soil survey to know the stability of the slope and know the different characteristics of the soil, like different soil types and other things. Because that soil type will also determine that what type of roof you need to construct over that area. Okay, and basically as in deep different artworks, so stability of the slope is very much important, and subsurface and surface drainage requirement is also very important. Now, these all these characteristics, that is surface drainage characteristics, stability of the slope, stability of the materials. So these all these things will be depending upon the type of the soil which is covered that area. Then material survey. Now material survey is conducted to know the details of the materials which are easily available over that area. Then traffic survey. So in the traffic survey, we need to consider about the future traffic over that area. That is how much each person or vehicles will use that route. Okay, and that is done using OD survey, that is origin and destination survey, so which we will discuss in our further classes. Then determination of the final central line. So after that, after all the study, we go for extensive analysis of all these alternative routes, and after that we will decide which route will be final. Okay. Now the specification of the survey is given over here. That is for the longitudinal and cross-sectional profiling. Your for the plain terrain, your interval should be 100 to 200 meter interval. That is your traversing interval. For the rolling terrain, that is 50-meter intervals. Rolling terrain means it is slightly hilly area, and in the hilly terrain, it is 30-meter interval. So this is your traditional approach. That is traditional approach means you go in the field with traditional instrument like theodolite and other thing and traversing instrument, and you will go for the surveying work. Now in the modern method, what happens? The procedure of the modern method approach and this procedure taking aerial photographs with required lateral and longitudinal overlaps. Aerial photograph means now drones are available. So through drone you can easily get to know about different features of the area, and you can look for different features very closely. Okay, so you need to take the aerial photographs of that area, and then you can proceed further. Now these photographs are then examined under stereoscopes, and control points are selected for the establishment of the data. Now another thing you need to know that whenever you are taking the aerial photographs, you need to know about the scale of this photograph. Okay, so unless you know the scale, in that case, you
Voice
cannot.
is not clear.
No, maybe network issues there. Okay, one thing you can do, you just go through the note and mark anything which you cannot understand and discuss about that point. And after the class, that video will be shared. You can also check for the video. Maybe there you can put that audio should be clear. So whatever photographs you have taken, so you have to examine the photographs and you need to know about different features of the area. So from that photograph, you need to ultimately decide about the your ultimate alignment of that area. Now, after that decision making, you need to prepare another report. So, in that report, these are the scale which you need to maintain. Okay, these are the scale which you need to maintain. So, for the built-up area or hilly terrain, horizontal scale would be 1 in 1000 and vertical would be 1 in 100. And in the plain or rolling terrain, it would be 1 is to 2500, and for the vertical it is 1 is to 250. So after that, your next one is final location and detail survey. So in the preliminary survey, you have already decided what will be your ultimate alignment. So in the final location and detail survey, you have to go along with that group to know about the important features of that particular road. Okay. So now it is the final step in the highway survey and it is further divided into two steps. So first one is location survey and second one is detail survey. So in the location survey, some of the points are transferring the alignment on the ground. So whatever alignment you have decided from your map study, you need to transfer all these points in the ground through traversing or through other methods, and this is done using the theodolite. Now, in that final location and detail survey, you need to find out the major and minor control points. Okay, you have to decide different control points for traversing, and you need to establish different points on the ground. Okay, and central line should be marked through pegs, and checking you need to checking the different geometry design requirement. Now central line tracks are driven at suitable interval. So that interval is suppose 50-meter interval in a plane, and for the rolling terrain it is 20 meter, and hilly terrain it is also 20 meter. So basically in the final survey, whatever alignment you have got, you need to go in the field and you need to establish all your minor and major control points on the route. Okay. So basically this is the location survey. Now detail survey is, in the detail survey, temporary benchmarks are fixed at intervals of about 250 meters. So after that location is decided, you need to put that temporary benchmark. Okay, and whatever underpasses you need to require, or whatever drainage structure you need to require, that also should be noted. Now artwork calculation and drainage details have to be worked out from the level books. Level books means how much level you need to go for your alignment. Now, cross-sectional levels are taken at intervals of 50 to 100 meter, is also 50 meter, and in the plain terrain it is 50 to 75, and for the rolling terrain it is 50, and in the hilly it is 20 meter. Now, details of oil survey is to be carried out. Then severe value of the soils. The soil survey, details of the soil survey of the text should be carried out, and severe value of the soil. That is, some tests are required. Severe is known as California bearing ratio test. So basically, severe test is conducted to know the strength of the separate soil. So basically, you need to go for the severe test at a suitable interval. That is, you need to take the soil sample for the lab, and in the lab you can go for the severe test. So from the severe test, you will know about the strength of the soil, and based on the separate strength or strength of the soil, ultimately you have to design the road. That is, the thickness of the road is designed based on the basis of the severe value. So therefore, this severe test is very much important. Now, the data during the detailed survey should be elaborate and complete for the preparing of the details plan and design and estimates of the project. So this is very much important. And in this step, you need to look for each and everything. Whatever details are there, whatever is there, each and every details of that area should be noted down so that after that survey you can directly go in the field and construct your road. Now another thing is next topic is that is also very important, that is necessity of the realignment. Now why this realignment is necessary? So realignment means suppose you have an existing road, but for some reason you need to realign that road. Okay. So what are the different reason for the realignment? We'll discuss this. So first one is improvement of horizontal alignment such as super elevation, transition curve, side distance. Suppose one existing road is there and there different geometrical features are not good. Okay, suppose that whatever alignment was present over there, that that alignment has different difficulties. Suppose their side distance are not adequate. Side distance means that the visibility ahead of. Suppose the superillumination provided over there is not adequate. In that case, you have to go for the realignment. Next one is improvement of vertical alignment design. Suppose for a road that up you have to go or down you have to down that are very much high. So in that case also you have to go for the realignment to make the road more safer for the vehicle operation. Then raising the level of portion of a road which is subjected to flooding. Suppose one existing road is there and that road is fair weather road. That is for a considerable period of time that road remain inaccessible for the use because of the flood or water logging problem. So in that case also you have to go for the realignment. Then reconstruction of deep and narrow bridges and culverts and changing water wheels. So if there are some bridges and other things, okay, in that case, if you go for the reconstruction of the bridges, in that case also you need realignment. Then construction of overbridges and underbridges. So if overbridges and underbridges are required, in that case also realignment is needed, and the alignment is required due to a portion of the road being submerged underwater at the reservoir area. Suppose one reservoir area is there, okay, and that reservoir area is newly constructed. Now, after the construction of the reservoir area, whatever existing road are there, they got submerged. So, in that case also, you need a realignment. Now, construction of the bypass. Suppose you are constructing one bypass to bypass all the traffic which will previously enter in the city. Okay, so you are separating the city traffic from the other vehicles which will just cross the city to reach another point. In that case, you will construct some bypass road, and that is also one primary reason for realignment. So next one is defense requirement. This is another case where you need the realignment. So these are some of the sample questions which you can look for, and one link is provided over there, YouTube link. You can also go over there to check about this highway alignment. So in that case, various details of this highway alignment is discussed. You can just check for it. Okay. Uh, Hello. Now, can you give your attendance?
Hello.
Where is the sir?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
So
You not
Attendance दिला ने?
attendance দিলো last classৰ ratingটো দিব পাৰিছা জানো
নাই নহয় ভাই। লাষ্ট ক্লাছৰ আপলোড দিছে জানো?
গম নাপাওঁ no record বুলি আছিলে
Yes.
কিয় বা?
Okay, your next class is from 1 p.m. Na?
yes, sir.
Should I continue the class or should I take the class from 1 p.m.?
Okay, sir.
What okay?
continue sir
Continue? Okay. Well, let me take the attendance. After that, you just log in from the same and you will continue the class.
sir I couldn't give the rating of the last class sir
You could not give the rating.
yes sir it's showing no record but I have attended the class
What is your roll number?
the 61 sir
61. I have given already. I don't know what happens. Maybe some glitches. Today voice was not clear.
have you uploaded the attendance sir
Yes, I have already uploaded.
sir but I couldn't give the rating it's showing no record found sir
Mm,
Sir, same problem with me as well.
I don't know
Sir,
what
me too,
happens.
sir.
Sir, me too, same problem.
What is your roll number?
63, sir.
82.
63, 62, 61. Okay. I've given
Sir,
up.
68
82,
also.
sir.
75, sir.
Sir, 86 also.
Sir, 68 also.
73 also.
Sir, 75.
Sir, 66, sir.
Okay. I
Sir,
don't know. Maybe
67.
maybe some technical glitches are there because I have already uploaded all these things. All of your attendance has been uploaded in the previous class.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
but we
is it
can't read.
Uh,
sir, is it compulsory to give ratings on year fee?
oh, in the previous class, okay. Your section is B section, na? So basically, in our
Sir.
previous class, whatever that was the introductory class. So basically, for that reason, I have not uploaded that class. So from today's class, you will get your attendance. I have not uploaded that previous class because that class was like introductory classes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Today the voice was not clear enough, na?
Yes, sir.
Don't know. The physical classes was good. Yes. So basically, this ends this chapter. So from the next chapter, the next chapter is geometric features. So in the geometric features, there are lots of numericals. I don't know how I can cover all these numericals. So do you have any idea what we can do for this? So anybody left? So I'm closing this session. Okay, you just try to re-enter the session again. So let's start our next class.